Yeah.
Yes, indeedy.
Welcome to another episode of The Discussion. I am the bad guy, CJ Dunn.
Obviously, I gotta be the good guy, E. Dale. You already know.
You always throw this obviously out there. Like the people like people know that's who you are.
They do.
No, I don't think that's what people know you for being.
I don't think one person can tell you that Eric Dale is a bad guy.
Yes, we that was already proven.
I don't think so. Not to me.
First,
it hasn't been proven to me.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a me issue. That don't sound like us. I think the rest of us know.
So are you saying I'm the bad guy? You including yourself?
We already did this, so we don't have to backtrack. First of all, I want to say peace to everybody in the comment section.
Indeed.
The ones that I see right away. My man Sean.
Yes.
Sean.
Hey, Sahan.
That's why.
Sean, what up, bro?
That's why you're not
I gotta get you like that because you always on my case about this, bro. You know, I told you I apologized to Sean several times already.
Shout out to big bro Billy King in the comment section.
Bill, Bill.
Little bro D Block, we see you. Hope
What
everybody's
up, boy?
having a wonderful day. Weather's nice. Feels good. This episode right here almost didn't happen, but through the grace of God and profound energies of the universe, I was able to make it through. But I can tell y'all, I could make y'all one promise. This show right here will not go 1 minute past the time that it's supposed to end. I can promise you that.
My bro, you tired, man. We got to get through the show today. So look, let's get the classic of the day, man. So, you know, my bro, he was able to do the show. I appreciate you for it. You know what I'm saying? And let's get you through the show, baby. Let's get the people what they came for.
The classic of the day chose to take it back to the golden era of hip hop. You know what I mean? You know that's my favorite era. The golden era is my favorite era. So today's classic happened to be two brothers out of Brentwood, Long Island.
Okay.
Who was putting it down for years and years, and they were the standard of what underground hip hop was supposed to sound like.
Okay.
They made millions of dollars
without
jeopardizing their artistic freedom.
Well,
and they were like one of the first groups that I remember to wave that banner and say, yeah, we doing it our way. And for y'all niggas out there that's crossing over,
right.
We ain't got no love for you. So today's classic, I chose EPMD. Business, never personal.
Ooh, they are like that. Definitely icons in the hip hop game.
EPMD was the standard.
I hate it when they broke up. When they split up after that break-in, the robbery that between them in the home and all that. I remember that. It was devastating to me. I hated it.
It was devastating for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because at the time, you got to think about this. What they were doing at that time was unmatched by anybody. When you got your whole squad with everybody in the top 10.
Damn, that's crazy.
You talking about EPMD, they released their album, which the first single was Crossover, ironically. Put them in the top 10. Daz Effects was in the top 10 at that particular time.
Daz Effects was there? Yeah, there wasn't a group. There was in the hit squad. You're right. You're exactly right.
You had Daz Effects. You had K Solo, who was in the top 10 at that. You know, Redman.
Yep.
So you talking about the whole squad? And it was just, it was hurtful when the way that happened. Because
it was, man.
They were garnering so much success.
Right.
That it kind of put a damper on everything. But of course, they both went on to do other great things by themselves. The crew split. And
you split the crew in half.
Split the crew in half. Daz Effects kind of like went with Parrish and Eric and Redman and
Keith Murray.
Yep. They went on to form Def Squad. Eventually, they got back together and started trying to, put the pieces back together. But by that time, it was kind of like everybody was like a little past their prime.
Right.
But it was still good music. But Business, never personal though.
Ooh, that was a hard album. That's a classic.
One of my favorite EPMD albums, actually. So many dope records on here. Chill, Crossover, The Headbanger, Humming Coming At You. Ah, man, like the list goes on and on. What was your favorite record?
You know what I'm going to say?
The Headbanger.
Nope. You got to chill. Oh.
Well, you had the wrong album. You had the wrong album.
Which one is that one?
This one had the Crossover on it. Crossover, do you remember the Headbanger? This is when the Hit Squad was popping.
I remember the album, but I thought You Got to Chill was up there.
Nah, You Got to Chill, that's their first album. See, I'm disappointed in you right now.
Look, man,
I
don't know it all.
I'm gonna blame this one on the fact that you had a long day at work.
No, I didn't. I had a boring day at work.
Well, boring day,
very boring day.
Boring day, long day, it's all the same. But I'm gonna go with we're gonna toast up to the Headbanger, which just happens to be one of my all-time favorite posse cuts. Period.
All right, man, look, let's get into the show, man. We got a great show today, man. And look, the first topic we got on the table today is the Hubert Davis interview. How do you feel about the Hubert Davis interview, the press conference?
First of all, just like I said previously, I think that UNC fans, Tar Heel fans, as far as basketball is concerned, are some of the most ungrateful, arrogant. I could come up with several words of how I feel about North Carolina basketball fans these days. I think you guys are going to miss Roy Williams. And once you go 10 years without a national championship, I think you will begin to say, well, damn, I don't think Roy was that bad. But that remains to be seen. Neither here nor there. Let's put the focus on...
We're going to get a chip within 10 years. Tar Heels, we're going to get a chip within 10 years. So, if we had to kick the can with Hubert Davis.
So they thought after D. Smith retired. But, okay. Hubert Davis decided to... have a press conference on his historical placement
in UNC
history, becoming the first black head coach of that university, and I think the fourth in all in that university.
No, the fourth. I think the fourth in Carolina. From what I read, he's the fourth black head coach of Carolina.
But that's all sports though.
Head coach? I don't think so.
He's the first black basketball head coach, but in all the sports that North Carolina has to offer, baseball, football, you know what I mean?
I may have read it wrong then. I think that I read I think I read that somewhere. He said, I listened to the interview. I listened to it, and he said he's the fourth in Carolina history on the school.
Well, that's
25% of black head coaches in all college, in the nation.
Right, but we already know that I can name 4 black head basketball coaches.
Right,
off the top of my head, easily.
Yeah.
So I think what he meant was he was the fourth at North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what he said. I think,
and that's including all sports like football, baseball.
Look, enough of that. What did get to the part where he was talking about the crazy stuff?
He was proud during this mix to announce to the world that he has a white wife. And he's proud of his white wife. My personal opinion, I to me, he was up there tap dancing, man. Give that man
a cane,
a top hat, and some tap dancing shoes.
And another microphone, cause he needed one.
You know, it's okay to acknowledge the fact that you have a wife and your wife is wonderful. I just did not get the significance of now announcing to us. I mean, even if he would have just said, there's my lovely wife in the crowd, I mean, everybody would have saw the visual and said, oh, okay, he has a white wife. I don't think it would have made much news, but the fact that you said, I am proud of my white wife. Hubert Davis, sit your ass down.
Yes, sir. There go my partner. He back.
Just sit down, stay out the way, coach basketball, try to win a championship. and keep your mouth closed, because that was really unnecessary. What do you think? What are your feelings?
Well, you know, I'm along those same lines with you. But me personally, they asked you, how does it feel to be like making history as the first black, one of the first black head coaches in like Carolina history? And they was asking him about like the significance about it. I'm like you. I don't see why he had the need to say, I'm proud I had a white wife. Who cares? Who cares if your wife is Chinese or Japanese or German or whatever's the case may be? Who cares? We're talking about this basketball program. I think he went out of his way to make it a point that we're not going to do the black and white thing today. I don't know what. I just really don't know what he was thinking. To me, it was crazy. I thought it was unnecessary, and I thought that, look, you brought a unnecessary storyline already walking through the door. Right? So you got all these black athletic players that's thinking about going to HBCUs, which I think that they should attend those colleges and put those HBCUs on the map. So I just think he made unnecessary noise for himself. He brought unnecessary attention on North Carolina basketball program. And guess what he's going to have to do now? He's going to have to show up when the season starts. When the season starts back, he's going to have to show up, and they're not going to give him that much time.
Yeah, I like you said, I think it's unnecessary attention that he put on himself. It's unnecessary. By doing that. I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with you professing your love for your wife. I don't think that's the issue. It just felt like these comments came from left field. It kind of left you scratching your head.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, him and his white wife and his biracial children. Salute to Hubert Davis, though, and congratulations to him on his new position. But you gotta do better.
Right.
I don't think North Carolina fans, especially the black demographic, Trump might have been proud.
Oh, he was happy. Oh, look at him. He's my boy. I don't even want to talk about him on this show. I'm sick of him. I had enough of him for 4 years. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But everybody in the comment section, if we could ask you to do one service, we would strongly suggest to you. You can do it if you want to, but we suggest that you share this feed.
Right.
Big up the show.
Yes, sir.
Make sure everybody hits the bell so they get their notifications each and every time we drop new content. And if you would like to donate to the show, the link is pinned at the top. Anything, how we say it, E?
If you donate 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, man, we're more grateful to further the show, to get ready to start doing community outreach work. And look, man, we just saying, hey, look, y'all out here, y'all enjoy it, y'all share the feed, and send it on, man. We trying to bring, we want to bring a little entertainment to the people out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, with that being said, for everybody that just came in the comments and don't know who we are, and we have a lot of new fans, a lot of people coming through the page now, you're on the Discussion podcast with C&E. Every Tuesday and Thursday live, baby.
What time?
I don't know, 6 p.m.-ish?
6 p.m.
We're not going to be here at 6 p.m., but we may be here at 6 p.m.-ish.
What else do we have in the
DMX update? Before we go, let's give an update on the DMX, because I did read a report somewhere where they was going to do the brain scan and see how his activity was.
Right.
And then they were going to decide and go to the family with, hey, look, this is what we have. This is what the future looks like for him. What do you guys want to do?
First of all, we gonna continue to pray for DMX. I'm gonna say that first,
right?
Because what I'm starting to see is a whole lot of condolences, type of energy that's coming from
man.
And one thing that we know for sure, DMX had a relationship with God.
He did.
And through God, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
So it's not over for him yet. And I suggest that everybody puts out that type of energy. Continue to pray, have faith, and know he's going to pull through it. And I think if we put out that type of energy, anything is possible. He can't overcome this. But
that's love.
When I start to see a whole lot of, sending out my condolences, and it's like people have given up on him. There hasn't really been a real update on DMX in a couple of days.
It hasn't.
Dave said that they're trying different things, different brain scans. I think the last one I read was there was very little brain activity going on with him, and he remains in a coma in a vegetative state. Mm-hmm. And
that's tough, man.
Outside of that and the vitals outside the hospital, family and different artists and entertainers standing outside the hospital showing love and praying. They really haven't been, too much to go on with that.
Can you imagine having a spirit that just can't function in your body? A spirit. Imagine that your soul, your conscience. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you not being able to talk to yourself.
Or imagine you are talking to yourself. See, and that's the thing about...
Oh, that as well. Oh, man, that is crazy.
That the thing is, we don't know what happens next. We can assume. There are many different theories or whatever.
Right.
But we really don't know. And as somebody who has experienced, I guess you could say near-death, you don't really remember much. There's a sense of, I know in my situations that I've had close death encounters, and the most recent, you remember one thing and then you don't remember nothing at all.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how that goes. I can remember being here with you.
Right.
What happens in between that in the hospital, and you might like, okay, where do these lights come from? Like, you know what I mean? Where you're not really privy to everything that happened beforehand, and it's almost like a deep sleep. You're in a heavy sleep, a dream, kinda. And like I said, I'm not comparing my situation to, what it is DMX is going through. But what I can say, if you're ever been in that situation, you have great dreams, or it's like you're trying to...
Maybe you were seeing the heavens.
Reach for something, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've heard stories like what you're describing. I've heard this before.
And it's very true. Like I said, I had a situation not too long ago where I had a severe asthma attack. And, and like I said, I don't,
man,
it's a lot that you don't remember. It's like you just remember the good time or the time right before. And then it's like, damn,
what happened afterwards?
And then somebody might tell you, hey, man, I had to resuscitate you. Man, I had to, you know what I mean? And you're like, well, damn, I don't remember them.
The brain just went dark.
I don't remember none of that. Man. But I am sore, nigga. How hard did you press on me, bro? I'm bruised. Okay. But, what I'm saying? I make light of it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, DMX, in his relationship with God, he could be having a long conversation with God. Right?
He could be.
He could be. So it's not over for him yet. I strongly suggest to everyone, let's not put that energy out there for him.
Right. X, man, look, we want to see X survive, man. We want X to come back. He's a hip-hop icon. He's everything that we was. We wanted to be like him. We wanted to follow him. You know what I mean? We didn't, want to do some of the things he did, but we wanted to follow X. We love X, man. We want to see him. And our prayers go to his family, man. Our prayers go to his children, his significant other, his wife, if he was married. Look, we want to shout him out, man, on the CNE discussion, man, because that's important. We got to support our people. We got to support our own. and we got to look out for each other, man. That's just what it is.
I have a question for you, which is, you know, in regards to this DMX situation. How long, because this is where this gets a little murky and hard for the family. Because it would be great if we were in a fair world where somebody would recognize your trauma and your pain that you're going through, right, and say, okay, we're going to do everything we can do to support you. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about this, that, and the third, right?
Right.
And the icon DMX is in hip hop. It seems like one of these millionaires or billionaires would say, whatever it takes. That's just my opinion. You know, if he is having financial situations. But let's just say the family isn't receiving that type of love, right? Mm-hmm. How long should they keep DMX on a ventilator? Because that has to be the toughest decision to make, especially when you're dealing with an icon like DMX. Like, when is it time to pull the plug? Because that's what they're getting ready to be faced with, if not already. First,
if I know him the most and I'm the closest to him, the first thing I would say, I would think about, and even with my own struggling with making the decision, I would first ask myself, what would X want? I mean, in this state, if X was here right now and he was in this state, what would X want? I just don't think X would want to sit around brain dead or just sitting around. I don't know. I don't know. Don't give me that. I don't know, because I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can't give you a great answer to that. My answer may not be correct. I may say something wrong. Somebody may be upset with me. But me personally, if it was my loved one, if it was my brother, and I know my brother, right? And I know how he lives, how he like to move. I just don't. I don't.
That has to be. And shout out to my main man, one of my favorite DJs, by the way.
Man, it's crazy.
J.H. Teller, who was kind of building with me the other day on how he had to make that decision with his mother. And how difficult of a decision that was.
I don't know, man.
You know, because, you know, life goes on afterwards.
Right.
And, you know, every day that you're in that hospital using that equipment, you know, the bill gets higher and higher and higher, and you know, these companies, they're gonna collect from somebody, mm-hmm. And if you don't have the overall support of the community or whatever, and from my understanding, DMX has 15 children, something. Wow. He has a lot of children. So this man got a whole family that, if he, you know, was to meet his demise, then, you know, I don't know the ages of these children, but he has family members that, you know, probably depend on him. So,
man, that's a tough one, man. Look, it almost gets me emotional because I've experienced a similar situation to this. You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody close to me, and those things are not easy. Decisions like that don't come easy. Because then what if somebody look at you like another family member may say, I think he may pull through this. I know him just as good as you know him. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be the one feeling like you're responsible for his death. You know what I'm saying? So all that plays a part. I think that the person that has to make these decisions, or the people that has to make these decisions, they need to go in somewhere, close the door, and leave everybody else outside. And they talk.
And speaking of which, and before we go, and while we're on DMX, I want to address this too. I think it's flat out disrespectful for these media outlets, namely TMZ,
okay,
to in the New York Post,
right?
Why are we talking about this man's issues? Why are we discussing DMX lost 5 houses? Why is this even a topic of conversation at this present time? You know, it's well documented his bout with addiction.
Right.
I can understand that because, you know, after all, that is at the forefront of this story. But when you start digging deeper and going into this man's different troubles that he's had through the years.
Right.
Okay, it comes from addiction or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why are you printing articles like that?
I don't get that either, man. And
that is so disrespectful.
It almost seems like when someone black dies, or especially someone of significance, this is what you do. This is what you put on display. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it, man. I don't like you putting stories out like, what does it matter? He lost 5 houses. This man fighting for his life. He's well loved in the black community, and I know he's well loved in the white community as well. Because there are a lot of white people that love X. So I'm just saying, look, why we have to do this? This is what I can't stand about the media and corporate America. That's what I can't stand about it. This stuff burns me up.
And then this rapper,
this is crazy.
What's his name? Sada Baby or Sada Baby? I don't know who he is, but he used this time to, you know, clout chase off of DMX being in the hospital. And I'm just
crazy,
like, this
man.
stuff is,
it's terrible.
Some of this stuff you just cannot make it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what in the world is wrong with these people?
Look, man,
I don't get it.
You never will. I don't think, look, that's why I always say, I can't expect people to be like me.
That's a fact.
I can't expect people to feel like I feel, see things the way I see things, or visualize or the way I see things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I put that expectation on them, I'm putting too much on them because I know I'm solid. Right? That's how I see I'm solid. I'm going to always stay solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay true to who I am. I'm going to stay true to myself, God, and my family. So, I mean, look, and there are those times, like I say, even as a man, where you have to check yourself. Any decent human being, male or female, have to check themselves sometimes. So I'm just saying, look, man, I don't like them putting them stories out like that. I think these things right here are very distasteful, and they're not good. You know what I mean? You can't discredit the black community or the hip-hop community for putting these stories out here. DMX is going to be an icon. We're going to love him always, no matter what you say.
I agree. And, you know, like I said, I just wanted to throw that out there because I just felt like that was wrong. What
it is.
Doing. And, you know, it just doesn't sit well with me when I be seeing these things. And, like, I don't know. Like, we just living in this time where, you know, people will do anything for a story, for
clout.
Just for clout. And,
social media is a mother.
It's sad.
I mean, it has its perks, it has its good, it has its bad, just like anything else.
Like, look at this story. Like, DMX and the houses he's lost during his rap career. Like, why is that even a story?
Right, who cares? Who cares? This man's fighting for his life. He's a dad, he's an uncle, he's a brother, he's a son. This man has children. It doesn't matter. People struggle every day. But what about, see, we can highlight these struggles. Let's highlight some of these other struggles that some of the people are going through. You know
How about let's talk about all the good that he's done? How about that?
I'm with that.
What is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's talk about the good. But look, I know you say we'll go 1 minute over, and we are 10 over.
Well, actually, we're not because we started a little bit late, but now we're right at time.
We're right at time.
I have no problem telling you guys good night.
You can't. The bad guy, that's why he's the bad guy. He's known as the bad guy. Everyone in the neighborhood and in the community know him as the bad guy. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when you get ready to do outreach. I wonder what the kids are going to say when we go to the community and they say, no, CJ, I don't want you around. I want E around, man. Because you're the bad guy. I don't like what you said about LeBron.
I'm going to be like your man in the Hall of Nights. I told you, bad kids,
get these damn kids out of here. No, but look, man, the discussion with C&E, this is what y'all doing. This is what we doing, man. Listen, you can follow us on Facebook Live on our page, C_A_E_discussion, man. You can follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. We uploading new content every single day. Wherever you are, we there. I keep telling you, man, look, at 6 p.m.ish on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are here, man. And look, don't forget to donate. Click the link, donate, further the show, continue the show, share the feed, hit the like button, go to YouTube, subscribe, all these things, man. Instagram, we there for you, baby. Check us out.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who took the time to tune in today. We will be back on Tuesday.
At what time?
6 p.m.-ish.
Because why?
We're the most consistent.
Yeah, that too. But, you know, brothers always late.
Well, yeah, that too.
Brothers always late.
But until then, you guys have a lovely evening.
Yes, sir.
And stay safe.
Out there.
Stay strong.
Yes, sir.
Stay positive.
Always.
Salute to you.
Peace.
Peace.